across the Kármán line. I'm Tabitha Lipkin.
And howdy, I'm Eddie Seifert.
And this is New Shepard's 14th human flight.
The human need to explore is deep within all of us. Our ancestors crossed mountain ranges, sailed open oceans to map new lands, and sought out the unknown, while always looking to the stars. We're curious, and now we're at a place where we can pioneer new horizons. Now is the time.
Shepard has cleared the tower. Look at our beautiful Earth, you guys.
To open the promise of space to all.
Guys, we're doing it!
And lay the way for generations to come. When our descendants look to the stars, they'll remember this time. When they reflect on where it started, they'll remember this place. And when they honor those first explorers who said, "Let's go," they'll remember these bold steps. We are of blue origin. And this is just the beginning.
Once again, I'm Tabitha Lipkin, and I am joined by a man who needs no introduction, Eddie Seifert. And Eddie, what a beautiful day to fly. Our 6th mission this year.
Tabitha, thank you. It's great to be here at the desk with you. I'm really excited. As you mentioned earlier, our 14th human flight, 34th mission overall, and like so many that came before today, it's just a great day to cross the Kármán line.
Look at that sunrise out in West Texas, Eddie. For our viewers at home, we actually want to talk a little bit about how New Shepard offers everyone, we're talking everyone, young and old, a life-changing experience. Now, we have successfully flown the youngest and oldest astronauts across the Kármán line. It really shifts their perspective about Earth's fragility and why it needs to be preserved. Now, this distinguished crew includes Arvi Bahal, Gökhan Erdem, Deborah Martorell, Lionel Pitchford, J.D. Russell, and Justin Sun, who was, by the way, the winning bidder for the first New Shepard seat back in 2021.
That's right. The proceeds from the $28 million bid benefited 19 space-focused charities to inspire future generations to pursue careers in STEAM and help shape the future of life in space. Here's a fun fact. JD is flying for the 2nd time, having previously flown on NS-28. And of course, we'll have more of this crew that we have pictured here, NS-34, coming up shortly. But right now, our astronauts are settling into their seats. They're sort of in the crew capsule. We had some shots earlier of the New Shepard vehicle on the launch pad. And let's talk about what this crew has been up to leading to this moment.
Yeah, over the last couple of days, our crew has been preparing for this moment. About 3 days ago, they all came together and they so named themselves One Earth. And it's so fitting because this crew is from all over the globe. This morning, they were at the Astronaut Training Center going through some of those final checks before getting in the Rivians and heading out to where we can see them right now in the capsule. So yeah, this is from earlier where they were all together, and just a cool moment for this crew to finally be able to come together for this moment.
So Tabitha, right there, they were walking up on Ring Road, taking a selfie essentially with their New Shepard vehicle. Great shot there of Arvi climbing the tower for today's mission.
Yeah, and this moment has been a long time coming for our astronauts who have dreamed about this their entire lives. You can see Deborah there ringing the bell. A shout out to all of our viewers that are tuning in from Puerto Rico today. There is Arvi ringing the bell, and a beautiful shot of New Shepard on the pad this morning with the sunrise, as we said, lighting up the skies of West Texas. And our CM7 right now, working with the crew, making sure they're settled in and ready for today's flight.
Right, so that's crew member 7, Rob Frilowski, that we see in the live shot, preparing the astronauts to sit in their seats. And we'll hear later from our other crew member 7, right? Crew member 7's a virtual pair of folks that accompany our astronauts, Sarah Nice, and so she'll be capsule communicator for today's mission.
That is true. So let's give you a moment to just kind of enjoy the rocket, take a look at everything that's happening with New Shepard for NS-34, and hear the sights, or see the sights and hear the sounds, as they say, of New Shepard coming alive.
7, Blue Control on UHF. How do you read?
Have you loud and clear, Howie?
Copy.
We are hearing that
I have you
Capcom,
briefing.
that's short for Capsule Communicator, is ready to talk to the astronauts. That is Sarah Knights. Let's listen in. So yeah, that was Sarah Knights on Capcom, who is chatting with our astronauts at this moment in time as they are getting seated into their prospective seats, ready for NS-34. But let's move on and talk a little bit about CM7, our 7th member of our crew. And today we call them Crew Member 7, and that is Sarah Knights, who you just saw on your screen for Capcom, and as you mentioned, Eddie, Rob Freelowski.
Yeah, let's break it down, right? So the crew that flies to space and back is a crew of 6. Each seat is a window seat, and these are some of the largest windows to have ever flown in space.
That's right.
But this pair of virtual crew members are right there with the astronauts from the moment they arrive in Texas through the entire 2 days of flight training, you know, all the way until this moment right now where they've entered the crew capsule and done their capsule communication checks.
Now, for this flight, as I mentioned, we've got Sarah Knights and Rob Freelowski, but we've got lots of incredible CM7s, and they are embedded in the mission, and then they are then the first to greet our crew once they return back to Earth. So let's actually take a look at these impressive individuals, our Crew Member 7s.
Command engine start. 2.
Crew Member 7 is a very unique role at Blue Origin. And traveling to space is an incredibly life-changing experience.
Oh my goodness.
You want somebody who's guiding you through it that doesn't just understand the technical side of the rocket and the launch operation, but also has the soft skills to truly support you through this wonderful journey. That's why Crew Member 7 is so important. There are 6 people that fly on the new Shepard crew capsule. The 7th person is Crew Member 7.
We have 2 Crew Member 7s for each launch. One of the Crew Member 7s, they are with the astronauts pretty much 24/7. They are staying at the village, they're training them. We have another Crew Member 7 that serves as capsule communicator.
And that's the person who is back physically in the control room and is actually talking to the astronauts when they're in the capsule.
Loud and clear and go for launch.
Everyone on the Crew Member 7 team has to be comfortable in a really dynamic operations environment. You have to be unflappable in anything that might come your way. We have folks from NASA, we have world record holders for skydiving, a nuclear submarine officer. It's truly a very diverse set of people bringing unique skill sets to the table.
The most important role for Crew Member 7 is to instill confidence in the astronauts that we fly on New Shepard. And really that comes down to a very good training program.
Safety is absolutely paramount to everything that we do here at Blue as we build this road to space.
We have a crew capsule mock-up where we run through full mission simulations.
Separation confirmed. You are free to unstrap.
So the only surprise on launch day is the incredible view outside of those windows.
This is nuts!
Where they can look at the Earth and be changed.
Oh, wow.
And bring that feeling back to Earth with an inspiration to protect the Earth. Because that's what we're doing this for. We are doing this for the benefit of Earth.
Tabitha, it's just incredible watching what our Crew Member 7s do on the daily basis. I remember when the application first posted.
Yeah.
It was an internal job posting. It felt like everyone at Team Blue applied for the position, and of course, we selected the best of the best. Sarah Knights is our original crew member 7 to lead that office, and so we're so lucky to have them.
Yeah, and giving her an extra shout out, actually, because she's the one who helped train me before I even got to sit here on the webcast desk, and she was able to give me so much history and information about New Shepard, and I'm always going to be so grateful for that. And Rob Vrelowski today, who later in the day you may be hearing doing some interviews with our astronauts. He also gave me my very first tour of the Astronaut Training Center, so big shout out to those guys. But now it's time to actually meet the crew of NS-34, and let's start out, Eddie, in seat number 1.
For seat number 1, we have a returning astro, James J.D. Russell. James is flying for a second time on New Shepard. His first flight was on NS-28 on November 22nd, 2024. He is a serial entrepreneur and founder of Alpha Funds, a technology-focused venture capital company, and Alpha Aerospace, an aerospace consulting and solutions company.
He also founded the Victoria Russell Foundation in honor of his late daughter. The foundation is dedicated to supporting children's education and assisting the families of first responders. It's a proud partner with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library and brings the love of reading to children by gifting books free of charge to children. Very, very sweet. And seat number 2, we have to talk about Lionel Pitchford. Lionel spent the last 4 decades in Spain working as a teacher, translator, and tour guide. That was as a means to travel the world. I totally get that. Now, back in '92, following a plane crash with his sister and her family on board, Lionel then founded a nonprofit in Nepal dedicated to serving disadvantaged children.
So for over 30 years, he's run this orphanage in Kathmandu. Lionel has dreamed of flying to space since catching the travel bug and is astonished that it's possible for ordinary people to go to space. He aims to inspire others so that they can do the same. In seat number 3, we have Gökhan Erdem. Gökhan is a Turkish businessman and board member of Erdem Holding, a diverse group of companies operating in the energy, telecommunications, construction, and manufacturing sectors.
Now, outside of his professional responsibilities, Gökhan is a passionate space enthusiast and an avid photographer. Deeply inspired by space exploration, he dreams of one day traveling to the International Space Station and possibly beyond. But today, he's crossing the Kármán line. Let's talk about seat number 4. We have Justin Sun. Justin Sun is the founder of TRON, a world-leading blockchain and DAO, and advisor to HTX, one of the world's largest crypto exchanges. Sun is also a protege of Alibaba's Jack Ma and was featured on the cover of Forbes magazine in April of this year. That's where he was recognized as one of the most dynamic and outspoken figures in crypto. He's been named on Forbes 30 Under 30 list in the consumer technology category several times, and back in 2021, we kind of talked about this, Justin placed the winning bid for the very first seat on New Shepard.
Right, the $28 million in proceeds were donated to Blue Origin's foundation Club for the Future, which then selected 19 space-focused nonprofits to each receive a $1 million grant to inspire future generations and help invent the future of life in space. So in seat number 5, we have Arvinder Singh Bahal, Arvi. Arvi is a real estate investor born in Agra, India, and is now a naturalized U.S. citizen. He's a lifelong traveler and adventurer. He's visited every country in the world, the North Pole, the South Pole, and skydived Mount Everest and the Pyramids of Giza. Today, he's going to witness Earth from space.
That's going to be very, very exciting. And finally, we have to talk about seat number 6, Deborah Martorell. Now, Deborah is a Puerto Rican meteorologist and journalist. Her reporting on environmental and space topics has garnered 8 Emmy Awards and 2 Awards of Excellence in Science Reporting from the American Meteorological Society.
Her passion for space led her to participate in a 2007 microgravity flight with NASA, and she has extensively covered Puerto Rican astronauts Joe Acaba and Marcos Berrios. Her reports on missions include STS-119, Artemis 1, and the launch of Puerto Rico's first nanosatellite, Cunard 2. Para nuestra comunidad puertorriqueña que nos acompaña ahora, es un honor tenerlos hoy en día con nosotros.
Bienvenidos, amigos de Puerto Rico. Now, did you know that New Shepard has flown 70 humans above the Kármán line? That is 10% of all people above the Kármán line. And after this mission, that total number of people who have flown on New Shepard will be 75, including 5 who have flown twice, and that brings the grand total of astronauts to 80. That's right.
No, it's a huge accomplishment, right? And to have 5 astronauts flying twice. It's, you know, in part because New Shepard offers astronauts a life-changing shift in perspective. In fact, we're now operating 2 human-rated vehicles to better meet our customer demand, but it's also because safety is our highest value, right? We've built redundancy into every safety system. As we discussed earlier, the CM7s do a good job of explaining those safety systems and guiding the astronauts. So it's an overall great experience.
And Eddie, Launch Site 1 is not only the home of New Shepard, where we can watch these incredible vehicles take off across the Kármán line, but it's also a really cool place.
Launch Site 1, the home of New Shepard, where Blue Origin's astronauts launch into space. It lies under the vast frontier sky and the Guadalupe mountain range in the West Texas desert.
Begin liftoff.
In 2015, the first rocket booster ever to travel to space and make a vertical landing back on Earth returned here, making history. Now, the eyes of a new generation turn to space. And it all begins here in West Texas. As you enter the launch site, the ridge of mountains and desert sun remind you of Texas cattle ranchers and horseback journeys long forgotten. But as you turn into Area 1, you glimpse a structure in the distance with a feather. We call it the barn. It's where the New Shepard booster is mated with the capsule and where all vehicle preparations happen. During training, your crew will visit the barn and meet the rocket that will carry you to space. In the early morning hours before launch, the vehicle departs through the hangar doors, making its way to the launch pad.
Test director is go for test.
All around the valley are Blue Origin's engine test stands. The sound of an engine roaring across the desert is one that you'll never forget.
Reflection here.
Flight training takes place in the Astronaut Training Center. The training is meticulously designed to teach your crew everything you need for a safe space flight. And you'll practice flight in the capsule simulator.
Liftoff. New Shepard has cleared the tower.
On launch day, you will ascend the New Shepard Tower. Time slows as you step across the bridge.
5, 4,
and climb into the rocket's capsule.
2, 1.
The next time you set foot on Earth, you will be an astronaut. 2 miles north of the launch pad is the booster's landing pad. This is where every New Shepard rocket returns for a soft, vertical landing. When the sun sets, the crew returns to the nearby astronaut village. There, they gather around the fire, sharing meals and stories and toasting to their shared adventure, all while looking up to the stars in the desert sky, one step closer to reaching space.
Tabitha, it's so special to end that video in particular with the fire pit under some of the largest protected dark skies in our hemisphere. It's incredible. Launch Site 1 does such a great job of blending the old West frontier with sort of the new space frontier.
Right, it's like this great combination. And Eddie, I know that you lived out in Van Horn and you were working on Launch Site 1 for a really long time. You know, what was that experience like for you? Because every time I visit, I just feel like I'm home.
No, Tabitha, that's exactly right. I feel so lucky that I got my start with Blue Origin at Launch Site 1 in 2014. It's just a phenomenal place to work. The people, the community, it's great. As you can see, the scenery is incredible. And so whether you are a Blue employee, an astronaut, or a guest, right, you're in this world-class rocket facility. You've got rocket engine tests that happen at our world-class liquid rocket engine test stands, and it's an incredibly special place to witness if you ever get the chance.
Yeah, going out there too, there's so many national parks that you can explore. As you can see here with this beautiful shot that we've got of the launch pad, you know that you are out in a very special place that's very secluded, and there's something very, very cool about that. Now, if you're taking a look on our screen, you'll notice that we've entered a hold here, and in this moment in time, we want to toss it back over to the rocket as we prepare for New Shepard's 14th human flight. Now, as you can see on the top right corner of your screen, we are in a hold, and while we wait, let's actually talk about what our astronauts go through during their time at Launch Site 1.
Wow, Tabitha, just watching that video makes me think how cool and reminds me how special our West Texas location is. Plus, like, I'm ready for this training. Sign me up. That looks like an incredible experience. As you can see, there really is something for everyone. We've built in the authenticity of a Texas ranch. It's a historic one. It's called the Figure 2 Ranch, and we've transformed it into something different. We want our astronauts to really embrace the natural beauty, the West Texas desert, the life, the boots, the cowboys,
all
the hats.
Of it.
Yeah. When you come here, you're gonna feel like a space cowboy or a space cowgirl.
Yeah, and Astronaut Village and the Astronaut Training Center are some really special places that are just filled with history. I mean, you go out to the Astronaut Village area and you really feel like you're where the Mercury astronauts were training. Like, you've got the Airstreams, you've got the old West Texas feel, but then you also have, like you said, that new space commerce identity as well. And again, if you're just joining us, we are in a hold at this moment in time. We are awaiting New Shepard's 34th flight, 14th human flight, and I want to tell you really quickly and remind our viewers, on this flight we have Arvi Bahal, Gökhan Erdem, Deborah Martorell, Lionel Pitchford, J.D. Russell, and Justin Sun, who are very excited and awaiting liftoff here. Now, just for a moment, we're going to toss it back over to the rocket, let you again listen in and get to take a look at everything. And there is actually a shot of our Tesseract.
That's right. So this is our viewing area where our guests and our VIPs are elevated above the desert cacti. if you will, and
Hey, buddy.
and are able to enjoy the view and really see the full profile of the New Shepard launch.
Yeah, that's actually where I first watched NS-31 when I was out there reporting, and I think it's the best spot to see a launch. It's really, really amazing, and it's very moving. So.
Well, you can hear the B-3 power up, you
Yeah.
can hear the sonic booms on re-entry, and you can see, you know, just the gentle landing of both the propulsion module and the capsule. And so it's an incredible place.
It really is. And for now, our viewers, take a look. This is NS-34 New Shepard on the launch pad. We're going to toss it back over to the rocket for just a moment, and we'll be back with you momentarily. And welcome back. We are currently in a hold. We are sitting at T-10, but right now I want to talk to you a little bit about the window size on New Shepard. Amongst the largest windows ever flown in space, but I can't talk about that alone. Eddie, let's talk about these windows and how significant it is to have such large windows that our astros can look out when they're crossing the current line.
So earlier you were saying, right, that we take a lot of our inspiration from the Mercury program and Alan Shepard's first flight as the first American in space. And so that's true, right? The profile simulates the Mercury profile, but one thing that the team really focused on was these large windows. So 6 seats, every seat is a window seat, and in particular it's around the user experience. So you have sort of places you can hold on to that are around the window, so you can position yourself how you like, so to really take in the view. That's what we hear from our astronauts, right? The view out of these windows, the darkness of space, the thin limb of the atmosphere and the curvature. This is, I mean, I'd love to be up in the crew capsule taking over and seeing this site.
Yeah, and you mentioned, you know, looking out those windows, it's some of the cleanest microgravity that an individual can feel. Can you explain that?
Right, so we could certainly talk about that as we get into our flight profile, but essentially after the reusable spaceship first step there that we see there, and by the way, those large windows, separates from the propulsion module, right? So the crew capsule is separated. It uses its reaction control system to null out, effectively zero out all of the acceleration in the 3 axes so that you have really clean microgravity. And because it's a suborbital flight, you're in true free fall. So you're not adjusting your attitude, for example, to maintain orbit. And so that free fall results in some of the cleanest microgravity that you can experience. And so that's been great for our astronauts, certainly, and for the more than 200 payloads from 7 different countries that have flown on New Shepard.
Right, and I want to also bring attention to the fact that we have now cleared that hold. New Shepard is about T-9 minutes from liftoff, and we have cleared those special system checks that we have going on.
Right, coming up, we should be hearing from Mission Control in the go, no-go poll, so let's enjoy the views of the rocket while we tune into that.
Welcome back. Now, we are hearing from Mission Control that they have done the go, no-go poll, and we are go for launch.
No, that's right. So Steve Lanius, our flight director, a stalwart in the flight director office, more than 21 years at Blue. So yes, we are confirmed. We are go for terminal count, and we are counting down here to T0.
And in these last minutes leading up, we want to talk about the 13 previous flights where we carried crews of astronauts to space. And on every flight, we hear how incredible it is for them to look out those big windows and to really be able to take in the overview effect.
Right. So today, the crew One Earth will add 5 more Astros to cross the Kármán line. Like we said, a total of 80 with 5 returning astronauts, including JD.
Holy moly.
Booster.
Is this wild?
Go.
Each person that goes up there.
Oh my golly! This is nuts!
Ground. Go.
All of a sudden has a totally different perspective.
Wow, look at that view.
Capsule. Go.
Of this little place here.
New Shepard is go for launch.
This is heaven!
It's almost like an out-of-body experience.
New Shepard has cleared the tower.
This is a new era where people like a teacher from North Carolina gets to go to space.
Space has always been something I've wanted to do, but it's never been accessible until now.
Look at that view. Look at the view.
It's just unbelievable. You have to see it with your eyes to really, really take it in. Everybody else should go to space.
Look at the Earth. Just look outside. Look at the Earth. We're space.
This is a life-changing experience. Everybody needs to do this.
It's absolutely insane. I mean, it's the coolest thing ever. Oh my word. I'm just spinning.
That was enlightenment.
This is the best experience of my life, by far. Everyone in the world deserves to see this. Everyone needs to see this. Oh my God.
It's just a dream come true. I wanted to do this my entire life.
I just went to space as the first woman from Mexico.
I think we need to give this gift of perspective to everybody.
Oh man, this is too cool.
I always said I'm going to do it, and I just did it.
We went to space!
What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I can't believe this.
As soon as you land, you will want more of it.
Eddie, you know, I always get a little emotional when I hear that little piece from William Shatner about how profound that experience was. And today we're going to have 5 new astronauts who are going to experience that. And JD is going to go back, and he's going to do it again because it meant that much to him. And it's just really special to be able to hear directly from the Astros.
No, absolutely. I think Sarah Sabry's quote of, you know, everyone deserves to see this is really that's the mantra behind New Shepard, right? Giving more folks access to space. And a suborbital flight is a really fantastic way to experience space, right? It's a simple parabolic flight, a straight up and straight back down flight path that, you know, we talked about earlier, results in some of the cleanest microgravity. So we're going to call these steps out as we see them happen in the flight after T0. But essentially, you take off from your West Texas desert as one vehicle, booster and capsule integrated. The BE-3 powers you, you know, almost to the Kármán line, and then shuts off. At that point, the vehicles separate. You cross the Kármán line, reach apogee, and then you're on your way back down. Of course, the booster, being a little more aerodynamic, will reach the ground first, landing just 2 miles north of the launch pad at our landing pad. And then that entire time, right, you're enjoying microgravity as an astronaut. You come, you re-enter the atmosphere at about 5 Gs, and then you land as soft as a feather on a soft breeze with our 3 parachute.
Yeah, and for our viewers who might just be listening, take a look at your screen. You can actually see the entire flight profile there. New Shepard, it has this vertical takeoff and vertical landing architecture that Eddie just mentioned. And the entire experience is, you know, it takes about 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, really, it's a great way to experience space, and you know, it's about the 3 days leading up to it, and then it's about the overview effect as well.
That's right, and we are about T-minus 2 minutes and 45 seconds here as New Shepard awaits liftoff, and this is where we're going to start going through a series of final checks, or bit checks, if you will. Eddie, will you explain what these bit checks are?
Right, so BIT built-in tests, and so it's a you know, full exercise of the system. Like, for example, the AFINs will be engaged throughout their entire envelope. It's essentially the last checks before T0. They're completely automated in auto sequence by a computer, and so when those are green, it means we're go for launch. So we're going to call those out as we see them.
Yeah, and we can actually, we're starting to hear everything that's happening out on the launch
propellant
pad, all those
tanks to flight
automated
pressure.
systems.
Right, so we heard the message
Retracting
there.
the
Propellant tanks
sunshade
coming up
and
to flight
capsule
pressures.
access bridge.
And the capsule access bridge being retracted.
This has got to feel good for our Astros. This is like, we are in our last almost 90 seconds here before
Transition
NS-34
to onboard
takes
hydraulic
off.
pumps.
Yeah, if you're sitting on the rocket right now, it is alive, right? It's raring to go. Less than 90 seconds here before our launch for RSS First Step and our One Earth crew.
Executing aft fin built-in test. Engine thrust vector control built-in test in work. Vehicle is now on internal power.
Less than 1 minute here. We're also keeping an eye on the pressure and temperature in the propellant tanks. Both need to stay in the green zone of these variables. And Eddie, this feels like a good time to go ahead
Propellant
and
tanks
hand
are at
everything
flight
off to
pressures.
mission control. Perfect. And let's launch this rocket.
Thrust termination system is armed. T-minus 20 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, command engine start, 2, 1. Cleared the tower.
There we have it. New Shepard has cleared the tower.
Woo!
One Earth on your way to space. There, a great shot of the B3 engine with the sunrise behind it. What a fabulous shot by our drones.
I can't imagine how our One Earth crew is feeling. That is one of the most beautiful takeoffs I've ever seen.
So on the left there, we've got our altitude meter, our velocity meter, and those are starting to tick up as the BE-3 engine powers our crew to space. What a shot. This long-range camera here is fabulous.
It really is. So yes, if you're watching at home, you can follow
10,000
along
feet
on New
and
Shepard's
climbing.
journey by taking a look at the telemetry on your screen. You can
Beginning
see
throttle
our
down for
T-clock on
Q
the right-hand
limited.
side, telemetry on the left.
And we hear there that we're throttling down the BE-3 for max Q. That's the point where aerodynamic stress is at its maximum.
We're approaching 30,000 feet. New Shepard is really picking up speed. And right now, the astronauts are experiencing about 3 Gs. A shot from our tail looking back down on West Texas. A clear day, too.
Yeah, well, so now that the vehicle has gone supersonic, that BE-3 engine is powered back up to full power, 100% power level. There it is. Now that the vehicle is supersonic, the B-3 is powered up and pushing our astronauts to space.
Engine back up to full throttle. Chamber pressures look good.
Great. We've just passed 1 minute and 45 seconds into flight.
Passing 100,000
About
feet.
to hit. 100,000 feet, there it is. Next up is MECO, which will be main engine cutoff. That'll be at about 160,000 feet.
So great shot here of the avionics tunnel and two of the aft fins that help, guide the rocket on its way up.
On your screen, you can see to the left-hand side that long range.
And there's MECO, main engine cutoff. Great view.
Standby separation.
Oh, and we're getting audio from our Astros.
Standby separation.
Separation. Separation, guy. Good. Be good to get out, right?
Okay, some messages from our One Earth crew. That separation is confirmed. They're now free to move around the cabin.
Yeah, and if you're following along, you'll notice now on your telemetry you have capsule and booster. These parts of New Shepard are both going to reach and cross the Kármán line before reaching apogee and making their way back down. But we've got a little bit of time before that. I'm hearing some laughter.
And welcome beyond the Kármán line, One Earth crew. Congratulations. I don't know. I hope they're enjoying their microgravity right now, doing somersaults and enjoying the view.
They certainly, I'm sure they are. I can't wait to look at that footage later, which of course we're going to be posting on our social media. And in the future, we'll actually be able to have live cameras inside the capsule. Right now, though, we just have some audio for you.
I've been saved, I'm moving.
Okay, Tabitha, we've reached apogee. Now both vehicles are being pulled back down to Earth under the effect of gravity. So we're going to focus first on the booster and its path, and then we'll switch and rejoin our astronauts in the crew capsule.
Yeah, and if you have been following along on your screen, you'll notice the telemetry is still working, it looks like, for the booster on the capsule. It stopped there, but we're gonna keep you updated on all the milestones, so don't you worry.
How you doing? I'm good. You good?
How you doing? I'm good. I'm good too.
Yeah, we're good. We're all good.
I love that it is a clear day, so we can still have this long-range camera that's getting a shot of both the capsule and the booster. Oh, there's friends and family.
Yeah, it's a game sometimes to see who can spot the vehicles first in that clear blue sky on their way down. So
yeah.
We'll see if they react and start pointing.
All right, as you heard, they've got their 1 minute warning.
That's right, 1 more minute to enjoy the weightlessness, the views before finding your way back to your seat and harnessing up.
And they've practiced this moment over and over and over again. So they can soak up every second of being able to look out those big windows.
Status check. Astronaut Gökhan.
So while our team is doing a status check, again, just super impressive, these long-range cameras from the ground that are able to track both vehicles. And you can really tell how the booster's coming down fast, much more quickly than the crew capsule. That's because of its aerodynamic shape. We're going to follow that and point things out as we see them.
Yeah, our crew right now behind the scenes is working to get that telemetry up again so that you can follow along. But don't you worry, we've got eyes on the booster here. We're going to be following it as it makes its way down, and I'll be getting updates from our mission control.
So it looks like we've got the ring fin and the forward fins already deployed. So that helps to stabilize the vehicle. It raises the center of pressure to give it basically stability as it's flying backwards through the atmosphere. What a great shot. Oh, man. And those are the drag brakes deploying. That cuts the velocity of the vehicle by half.
Capsule descending nominally
Yeah,
through
that's
40,000
about
feet.
15,000 feet.
Booster drag brakes deployed.
There's the BE-3 engine reigniting, slowing down the booster for the last part of the landing here. Great drone shot. Look at that.
Yeah. And Eddie, you want to talk a little bit about the mathematics that goes into making sure the booster lands at the same spot every single time?
Well, part of it is that we'll circle back to that one, Tabitha. Let's enjoy this view.
Welcome home, New Shepard booster.
That's a great touchdown shot there of the drone. Of the booster from the drone and now from our desert cameras.
Booster
Look at that.
start.
This is the 15th flight of this booster. Incredible.
Starting that auto-safing sequence as well.
Standby drogues.
Yeah, look at the sunrise, just the sort of the golden hour of the morning on our landing pad there.
Right, the booster landing about 2 miles from where the New Shepard took off, and we've reacquired the crew capsule picture. Any moment, you'll see those drogues deploy, and after that, you will see the parachutes. There go the drogues.
Right, and those drogue chutes use the air resistance to pull out the main chutes, so that's what we're going to be looking for here.
And there go the parachutes. And while the parachutes are essential in providing a gentle touchdown for the capsule,
parachute
it
deployment
also has a
confirmed.
retro thrust system. That is at the base of the capsule, which will make that final touchdown even smoother.
Right, we were talking about sort of landing, you know, as gentle as a feather in a light breeze. That's what we're going for here with the retro thrust system. It's the terminal deceleration
landing
system,
zone is within
TDS.
expected range limits.
It's essentially a compressed gas system that you know, exhausts a cushion of air in those last feet before the capsule touches the desert and makes for a soft landing.
That's right. So if you're watching, you'll see, oh, there's a big puff of dust that's happening. That's a good thing. That means they're landing about a mile an hour. It's very, very soft.
And Tabitha, what a great shot here.
PDS
3
enabled.
full parachutes. You know, you've been to space, you're enjoying. Look, this shot with
I bet those views are great
too.
too.
The Sierra Diablo Mountains behind it, Victoria Canyon on the left, and just a wonderful shot of our West Texas desert.
And I can't wait to hear what our astronauts have to say upon returning. Again, CM7 Rob Freelowski will be chatting with our Astros once they land back there in West Texas. And we have touchdown. Welcome back, One Earth.
And of course they're clapping. Of course they're clapping. What an experience. Welcome back to Earth, One Earth. And look at those parachutes coming down softly. Right now, our CM7 and recovery crew has left their fallback position and are headed as quickly as they can, as safely as they can, to the crew capsule to meet the crew, One Earth, on their return from space.
That's right. Our CM7 is going to be helping safe that capsule. And a big shout out today to our drone operators who have gotten some incredible shots. I'm going to have to get some pointers from these guys for some of my next videos because these are crispy.
Yeah, I think I found my new desktop background, right? That BE-3 engine and the sunrise behind
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Or maybe this one here, right? With the crew capsule in the desert and the mesquite bushes behind them. Yeah, this is awesome.
So while that is going on, I also want to take a moment and introduce you to a group of the many incredible people at Blue. But this individual, Shoshana Harrison Taylor, is someone that you need to know the name of. You may have seen her in the front row of our Mission Control Center this morning, and we want to tell you a little bit more about a day in her life.
Engineering Capsule on Channel 7. My name is Shoshana Harrison, and I am the Capsule Controller Lead for New Shepard here at Blue Origin. My parents were like huge role models to me. As an adult, I strive to be that for other people. As someone who studied chemical engineering, I didn't really know if I could get a role in space. So I really felt like I was like putting myself out there, really taking a chance. I've been at Blue for 3 years and I love working in mission control. I love launch day because you're just so in the zone the entire time. And sitting on console, being the one making the calls, it's an exciting feeling. And you just feel really proud of yourself because so much work has gone into this one moment. I want to open the door for other minority women to feel like this is a space where they can work. Space in itself, it's an area where we are limitless and we don't have boundaries. And we can kind of have an opportunity to rewrite our history as people. And as the older generation, our job is to help ignite passion inside our next generation. We want them to be inventing and building and just designing a better world than the one we live in now. Be willing to take that risk on yourself, because as long as you really put the work in, you can do so many things and can accomplish them.
So again, we are awaiting the capsule recovery with our crew there. NS-34 has successfully crossed the Kármán line and come back to West Texas. But we talked about Shoshana because you probably saw her this morning on your screen.
And just to recap, I mean, what a phenomenal leader for us, for Blue Origin, right? She's the lead controller for the capsule that we're looking at today that, you know, by all accounts on our side has executed a nominal mission, keeping our astronauts safe beyond the Kármán line and coming back. And so really congratulations.
And there she is.
There she is. She's still, like she said in her video, in the zone. So right, the mission is not over for her. She's still working to help the team safe. The crew capsule systems effectively de-energize those systems so that crew member 7 can help the astronauts exit onto terra firma.
That's right, and then get to share their stories with us all. But I also want to talk about our non-profit Club for the Future, because they're involved with today's flight as well. They're sending postcards to space and back on New Shepard from space enthusiasts and partners including the Breyer-Thompson Conservatory, the East Planetarium Conference, which is held by the Middle Atlantic Planetarium Society and the Southeastern Planetarium Association, as well as Space Kids Global.
Now, just like we've done on past missions, today's astronaut crew made their own postcards to fly to space as well. Right, we had some fabulous stories, and hopefully we can get some pictures of our astronauts' postcards there. But Gökhan, for example, wrote a message to the children of Turkey, right, to inspire them.
I pulled it up here for us,
to go to space. Yeah, what did he write?
Our Zoe Brinkley sent this to me, and she said, "Dear children, I wrote this card for the children of the country, wishing you to achieve your dreams and many Turkish astronauts to fly into space."
Well, and that just, again, is the sign of just what this means for our astronauts, that they dedicate this mission to their nonprofits, to the future generation, to help inspire folks like themselves. There's a photo there of Deborah, our meteorologist from Puerto Rico. I wonder what she wrote on her postcard, and it's really cool because it's something that, you know, you get to build with your hands and take up to space with you.
Yeah, and Deborah is someone that I'm so excited to hear from. Arvi is now on the screen showing off his postcard, but you might notice in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, you can see our crew going out to safe the capsule. Now, if you're wondering about the postcards, anyone, of course, can do this. You can also make a digital postcard. We have that tool on our website. If you just go to draw.clubforfuture.org, again, that's draw.clubforfuture.org, or check out the QR code on your screen, you can learn more there. And Club for the Future also has an exciting new lesson development and partnership with a very, very talented student from Purdue University. The lesson, Cosmic Clutter, the mission to clean up space debris, was developed from a chosen submission in a Blue Origin Blue Ring University competition.
This competition invited university students to propose innovative space technology solutions using the Blue Ring platform, a versatile multi-orbit, multi-mission spacecraft. So that student, Alana Miller, worked with Club to create this amazing lesson, and she's now an intern with Club.
That's right.
Well, so actually, if we could, you know, the lessons that are on Club for the Future's website are absolutely turnkey. So if you're an educator, if you know an educator in the K through 12 space, you can go onto our website and download a space lesson that you can use to make your postcards. It's really awesome. So we added the opportunity, right, to create proposals, submit designs, build prototypes, and compete with other teams to see which team can collect the most space debris.
Such an incredible, bright individual to also now have on Team Blue. We're so grateful to have Alana. And by the way, this is a fantastic way to engage with real-world challenges in space exploration and debris management. If you want to learn more about all the things our nonprofit does, do please go to clubforfuture.org to find this and more information, as well as those free STEAM and space lessons right now that they are safing the capsule and that they are getting the steps out for our crew to return to terra firma.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about, Tabitha, right? This is crew member 7 and the recovery team de-energizing any system, whether it's electrical or high pressure gas, so that it's safe for these astronauts to exit the capsule. We've got a live shot there of those activities. Let's just take it in.
And again, a big shout out to our drone operators who've got a great shot there of our crew capsule currently being safe. They're getting the stairs put up so that our Astros can return. And again, if you're just joining us, this is New Shepard's 14th human flight, 34th overall. And on this mission, we have Arvi Bahal, Gökhan Erdem, Deborah Martorell, Lionel Pitchford, J.D. Russell, and Justin Sun. And I know that our Rob Freelowski is awaiting to chat with those Astros so that they can share what this experience was like, not just for them, but for their communities as well.
Right, and to recap, Tabitha, the crew named themselves One Earth, and I think that's just in line and resonates with our culture here at Blue Origin, right? We're working on millions of people living and working in space for the benefit of Earth. So it's an honor to have this crew sort of tip their hats, as it were, to Earth, our blue planet.
And really a global crew. They are from across the globe coming together in this one moment, and they will be a crew and a team for the rest of their lives, the members of NS-34.
So we've switched here to safing operations of the booster. That's what we're showing. And that was the hydrogen and oxygen propellant tanks essentially venting whatever pressurized gas they had left. Those were those white clouds that we were seeing, so that, again, we could do recovery operations on the booster.
But right now on your screen, you're looking at the recovery operations of the capsule. There we go, nice split screen so you can see both the action that happens with New Shepard after a flight.
I think these vehicles are so special, right? So that's reusable spaceship first step on the left. This was its 14th flight. It's the first flight that we used to start commercial operations, or so the first capsule that we used to start commercial operations in 21. And on the right, we've got, Tail 4 doing its 15th flight to space and back. So this is what we mean by operational reusability. Truly, truly, congratulations to the New Shepard team with those wonderfully built and now flight tested spacecraft.
That's right, more than 10,000 employees here at Blue Origin that we have to give a shout out to. And my understanding is the capsules are meant to be reused upwards of 25 times.
We're gonna push for more, but yeah, we're getting up there.
Now, any moment now, we will see the Astros who will be egressing from the capsule. You've got a live shot there of our team of NS-34. This is the 6th New Shepard flight this year, by the way, and welcome back.
You ready? Yeah, go for it. Yep, you're good. What's your head? Thank you. All right.
All right, it's my turn. It was great experience.
And a kiss. to the
It was
crew.
like as our simulations. It was great. Where's my flag?
He wants his flag.
Your wife would like to see you. Yeah. Yay!
Woo! There's Justin. I know he's been waiting for this moment a long
there it
time.
is.
Oh, kiss the ground. A classic.
You can get a good picture.
Arvi,
Like Justin, get out of the way.
every country in the world, and now
Just go right here.
North Pole, South Pole, and now beyond the Kármán
that's
line.
right.
Yeah. That's an
picture taken?
epic selfie, epic picture. Right? You just went to space.
And Deborah.
Bienvenida, Deborah. Puerto Rico, chance of
There's her
Puerto
flag.
Rico. There it is. For all the Boricuas listening, that's wonderful.
Congratulations.
So what's going to happen right now is our astronauts are going to take a moment to be with their friends and family, right? This is a big emotional journey for them. But our Rob Frelowski, who you just saw helping them out of the capsule, is going to be chatting with some of our Astros, and you'll be able to hear from them live here on this webcast.
And what a moment to capture live, right? Like the crew down there capturing the emotion of returning to Earth. This is beautiful.
That's right, Eddie. Such a great moment, and it's so nice to see so many people showing up for Astros too, friends, family, loved ones who are watching from the Tesseract, who are now able to join them and really get to sit in this moment. This is a very special moment too, because it might be one of the last times that this entire crew is together.
I went to space. I
All
wish
right,
to
we're
went
going
to
to toss it over to
space
Rob
since I was
Frelowski, who is
a
chatting
child,
with our
and,
Astros.
After almost 30 years, it's come true. For this mission, I wait for 4 years, but we finally deliver it. Really appreciate Mr. Bezos and his team make it possible, and thank you, Dad and Mom, to bring me to Earth.
Yeah.
And when I look at from the space, you know, Earth is so small, and that's our home. We definitely need to do whatever we can do to protect it.
Yeah.
And this is my first commitment and step to the space, and we will have more.
Great.
Thank
Tell
you.
us how the view was.
Yeah, Will is fantastic,
Yeah.
and actually I'm very surprised. Earth is so small, so basically we can from the window can almost see the all. So that's like really also come to me. You know, the One Earth mission name is really right on the point.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
After all, I guess. Thank you to Justin for that, inspiring reflection about Earth, One Earth. August 3rd, what a special day for us today.
Yeah, and like he said, waiting 4 years for this moment and then getting to come together with this international crew. And now let's hear from Deborah.
It's like flying into another dimension.
Yeah.
Everything perfect. The weather was perfect. The morning was perfect.
Yeah.
Descending, watching all the valley, the desert, and then boom, you're in space, and you see all this blackness and this beautiful, beautiful Earth. Words can't describe what I live. Quiero darle gracias a Puerto Rico, a mi papá. Papi, gracias. I want to thank my father. He couldn't be here today. And I want to thank my husband, my daughters, my mom, all my family, and all the people in Puerto Rico y toda la gente que está en el Parque de la Ciencia también. Gracias por el apoyo. Esto fue increíble.
Congratulations, Debbie. Congratulations.
So a shout out there from Deborah to her Puerto Rican community. From those that are at the Science Park in Puerto Rico, she was shouting out.
Yeah.
And then a heartfelt thank you to her father.
And we have Gökhan as well.
Team. We had a great time. The black space is amazing. And I want to thank everyone. It was great. Thank you very much for everything. I love Earth. Türkiye'ye çok selamlar. Tüm Türkiye'yi öpüyorum. Allah'a ısmarladık. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Arvi, would you like to share?
Teşekkürler Gökhan. Thank you.
First of all, thank you for your training. It was
Thank you.
wonderful, and the view was fantastic. I did get in the seat before the 1 minute warning, as you said, but it was fantastic. I can't explain the feeling I had. You know, I did float for a little while, but it was amazing. Amazing.
Good. I'm glad you had an incredible experience. I know this is a long dream. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a lifelong dream and fulfilled, and thank you for making it possible.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Getting to hear from Arvi there as well. What an incredible day.
Yeah, like we said, New Shepard 34, 14th human mission. For our 6 astronauts on board, it was an honor to fly you to space. If you would like to follow in the pioneering footsteps of these astronauts and purchase a seat to space, scan the QR code on the screen or visit blueorigin.com and click Fly to Space. Your own journey beyond the Kármán line is closer than you think.
Yeah, and if you would like to purchase a mission patch to commemorate today's launch, head over to Blue Origin shop for patches and so much more. Now let's show you that patch again. This is what our astronauts wore on their flight suits, but let's also kind of talk about the details.
Sure, let's recap. The Bosphorus Strait there symbolizing Gökhan Erdem's Turkish heritage and sort of the meeting between the Europe and Asian continents. The globe symbolizing Arvi's passion for travel, including visiting every country in the world, and like we said, the North Pole and South Pole. And Mount Everest, symbolizing Lionel Pitchford's decades of work in Nepal.
The book symbolizes J.D. Russell's foundation, which he founded in honor of his late daughter, supporting children's education and assisting first responders. The banana with duct tape, it actually symbolizes the art piece that Justin's son purchased at an auction and his love of bananas. A very famous story if you guys don't remember. And the shape of Puerto Rico, of course, symbolizes Deborah Martorell's home. A beautiful patch there. Again, for everyone here at Blue Origin, our more than 10,000 employees, my name is Tabitha Lipkin. For Eddie Seifert and everyone here, thank you so much again for joining us. Until our next launch, Gradatum Feraster.
Have you ever dreamed of going to space? A once-in-a-lifetime journey is closer than you think. To book your flight, visit blueorigin.com and click Fly to Space. Tell us as much as you can about yourself. Once we receive your inquiry, our team will reach out to guide you through your journey. It's your time to join the new generation of astronauts.